We'll just call this day 35. I took 5 days off the trail, spent them with my girlfriend, and they were glorious. Sad leaving again. It's hard. She dropped me off right where I left off. And I've got way too much food on my back. I actually have to have my food bag external, well, half of it. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. It's actually really pleasant out here right now. When I left here last time, it was very cold. And I was expecting snow. We saw a little bit on our way in, but nothing to be scary. And I did go back and get my micro spikes, but I lost them somehow. So they might be in my bag, but I've checked twice. So I kind of doubt it. I checked everywhere except where they're at, obviously. I'm going to stare at her as she drives away, because that's what I do. You always got to look back. As far as I can tell, I'm at the base of the rim, and I'll just be going up for a while. I haven't climbed up the rim before. I've climbed around on the rim a little bit. But I can't imagine it being anything that formidable. That elevation. Always worried about what's at the top, because at the top quite often it's cold. I will be running into snow eventually. Flagstaff is like always snowy. But if I need micro spikes, I can always order them on Amazon and have them mailed to where I'm at, so no big deal. They're 25 bucks. Let's see, we're not going to any of these. Dripping Springs. Sounds like DD. AZT is the only one that goes off this trail. The others are that way. It's probably like a fun run kind of thing. The nice, simple, beautiful ones where so far I've seen 3 bags of dog poop off the side. And normally I'd rant about it, but I'm just not in the mood right now. First day back is, it was kind of sad. Peaceful though. I'm in no hurry to get anywhere fast right now. I want to get at least far enough away to where I can't hear the road, because I can still clearly hear that. Pretend I'm in nature. I don't like taking off this much time. It was for a good cause. We both really needed it. But it takes me a minute to acclimate to either one. They both feel weird. Home life doesn't feel quite real, and I've only been on trail for a month. And then you get back here and it's just not quite real yet. Hey, more dog poop in a bag. Let's put it in a plastic bag so it lasts thousands of years. Oh no, that's an onion. I'm bitching about nothing. I know what I'm looking at. Oh, is that like dragon fruit skin? I'm going with that. Hey, it's not often you see dragon fruit skin. You can see how I easily mistook it for dog poop in a bag. You gotta love this small world. I've been on the trail maybe 20 minutes, and I ran into Jamie. He's the guy that gave me a beer back at Picket Post. He happened to be out here hiking. This is, his sanctuary where it comes to reset, as we all do. It was damn cool. I love how the trail just brings relationships full circle. Be nice to run into him again. 20 minutes on the trail and I run into somebody that has, was kind to me out of nowhere, And he's like looking at me, I'm looking at him, I'm like, hey, are you? And he's like, yeah. I was like, holy shit, yeah. Yes, I don't know how far I am from Picket Post, but pretty far. Okay, Highline Trail, the AZT goes off over there. Okay. I wouldn't even have noticed that. I would have went on this one, because there's that, there's this. But I didn't even notice this. It doesn't really look like a trail until you're on the other side. Now I could just camp here. Can't hear the traffic. Well, yeah, I can, but not real bad. There's trees everywhere. It's level. I don't know. Decisions. I don't even know what time it is. No, I still got like 3 hours of sunshine left. I'm not tired or anything. You see it a lot of times where one side of the trail is completely different than the other side. All that going on, and then boom, it just like barren rock. All sorts of pumice and lava. Okay, you got shrubs and stuff going on. Whoop, whoop. Nice try, gravity. You ain't get me yet. Day's still young. Well, actually, day's almost over, but I just started. Still hear the cars. I think I'm headed over here to the saddle. Maybe on the other side of it, I'll settle down. It was real nice running into Jamie. It put me in a more positive mood. That dude gives out good energy. It was nice that the trail put him, or me, whoever it placed, or both of us, right there at the same time again. Sometimes it is hard to believe that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I chant it enough. I believe it quite often, but not all the time. And sometimes on days, because today isn't a bad day by any means, it's just, a sad day. Sucks leaving somebody you love for, 6 to 8 months or so. I told her it can't possibly last longer than October because, once it gets too cold, I come running back. But if I don't succeed this time, I have to try again. I don't like having unfinished business like this just looming over me, thinking, I could have just closed that loop. I mean, I could have done like a lot of people and just walked that last few 100 miles. But that's not how I roll. That would make me feel good. Doesn't prove anything one way or another, it's just walking. And this isn't Herculean shit I'm doing here. I'm not curing cancer. Just some asshole going for a walk who happens to be brave enough to just shoot from the hip and say whatever comes out of his stupid mouth. It's not like I take time to think about it, as you can tell. Anybody who knows me knows how I roll. This is what I am, and if you expected anything different, you haven't been paying attention. That's one of the best compliments I get from people, is when they meet me and they have only known me through film, that they say, you are exactly how I expected you to be, or I thought you'd be taller. Total compliment. Fuck fake people. Quite pleased the trail is solidified. I'm sure this would have been slopped the other day. It feels like the same kind of clay. It's actually got more give today than it normally does. A little spongier on the feet. It's a slow roll uphill. Nothing major yet. You get a little steep in parts, but that's just the beginning of it. As far as I know, it's just like uphill to Flagstaff. That's how it seems anyway. I mean, this is far enough out. If I found a nice spot around here, I'd totally take it. All the baby trees. We had a hiker named Beads. She is carrying on, but I saw this. I was like, yep, this is where I'm calling it. And, I doubt we're going up there. I think we're going in there or around here. But hey, I don't know. I'd say who knows, but I bet she knows way better than I do. I feel like I stayed here before. Seems really, really familiar. Did I stay here once? I have hiked the trail through here before. But when I did the trail last time, I had some sort of issues with my phone. I lost like 90-something%. So I didn't even bother trying to piece it together into videos. Lost some really nice pictures. And I heard this area burnt since. Well, the area I had hiked, but you know, it was a long stretch. We did like 50 miles or something like that. But I'd swear this is one of them. Day 36. It's nice to wake up on the trail. Oh, not as nice as my girlfriend's bed by any day of the week, but you know, it's got its own rewards. It's a nice morning. It's way warmer than I was expecting it to be. It's a little chilly. I can see my breath when I'm outside of my tent just a bit. I can hear the wind blowing on the mountain, but it's not blowing down here. But you can actually like hear it just up the way, just hitting the mountain. So I assume once I start off, I must be sheltered. I've led a sheltered life. I'm assuming though it'll be a little colder on the mountain. I'll start off with my hiking puffy on, and you know, and see how it goes from there. Headed towards Flagstaff. That's all I can tell you. The map gives me like 3 different Flagstaffs. It gives me a grocery store in Flagstaff, which is the closest, which it must be on the very outskirts. Then they've got Flagstaff, and then they've got what they call the outskirts of Flagstaff, and that's even further. So I'm not quite sure what's up with that because they're listed in kind of a weird order. The outskirts, first it's the grocery store, then it's the outskirts, and then it's Flagstaff. But the outskirts are 20 miles farther than Flagstaff, so I don't really understand. But hell, it's 20 miles. I've got six-ish days worth of food. I was expecting snow and stuff to slow me down, so by best guess, it's a little over 100 miles away, depending on which Flagstaff I'm going to. I assume I'm just going to go to the grocery store. It's the closest place, but doesn't mean it's the easiest to get to or anything. But that's future crawler problems. For now, we're just going to wander and see how far we make it. Try to shoot for near 20-ish a day, and, you know, the food should last. Making my coffee right now, and let's get our butts on the trail, man. Okay, it's just after 5. Had my safety meeting. I don't believe I've left anything behind because this time I was smart enough to pack everything up before I had that meeting. The pack doesn't feel as heavy as it should, which makes me feel like I'm forgetting stuff, but I'm not. Maybe I'm just finally getting stronger. Taking a few days off really helped as well. Yeah, it's not easy to repair all your muscles and joints in one night. You know, I'm damn near 50. Don't heal as fast as I used to. Evidently, we've got a little hill in our way, and I'm assuming many more. Let's go see what happens. Trail's decently steep, but very well manicured. Don't even necessarily need my trekking pole. My shoulder is doing so much better. Taking a few days off really helped that out too. It was sore for a bit, but just lounging around really helps. What a beautiful color, blue. It's gray to me. I think I'm over the first hill. I see sky real low, so it's generally a pretty good indicator. I see stuff in the trees. Probably campers around here. Oops. Silent mode. I thought they were bear bags or something in the tree, but they were just the remnants of old blazes. I didn't even know I was headed east. But evidently, the fireball that will be in the sky is telling me this way is east. It's been a gorgeous morning so far. I probably didn't even need the hiking puffy at all. I'm all bundled up expecting it to be really chilly or windy. Or that, I guess. I don't know what I was hearing. It sounded like the wind whipping through these things. But it's so silent now. We're still. Venus. I should have known which way I was looking, but you know, there's clouds. I'm distracted. Should be at water in, I don't know, no time at all. Too early for second coffee, I believe, but you know, stranger things have happened. Okay, first water source of the day. We got a nice steady drip. That's more than enough to keep it. This is as full as it gets because there's the tube that lets it leak. Plus the whole thing's kind of at an angle, so it can never actually get full anyway. Right, fill up my bottles. I have no idea how far till next water, but I'll look that up while I'm filling my bottles. Nice branch to hang my bottles from, filter. Nice campsites around here too. Big flat spots. Would have been a good place to camp, but since I didn't know of its existence, I stopped where I was. Quite happy with that decision. So it looks like a beautiful day for me. Tons of water up the trail, so I can just have second coffee whenever I feel like it. I'm aiming for water about 12 miles away before I refill, but that's because I have 3 liters, and it's, pretty doable. I don't know the terrain, or, I assume it's mostly uphill, but lots of creeks, so, can't be that high. But yeah, I'm looking forward to a day with, a lot of water. Maybe I just shouldn't carry so much water, huh? Instead of carrying 3 liters, just carry less. That would be smart. Hey, let's do that instead. Instead of shooting for the one 12 miles away because I filled up 3 bottles and I'm not forced to carry them. I can just dump them back in the trough. Yeah, that's exactly what I'll do. All right. Kick back, relax, have a little safety meeting, and carry on. Probably have second coffee and another 3 or 5 miles. I want to work up an appetite. I just ate oats, so I'm not really in the mood for oats. So you gotta get a little hunger going. Soothing sounds of nature. Look at the effort involved in that little wall right there. Probably what I'm standing on too. This has been a really nice trail for going up. It's very moderate. It has its moments, but even those are very well manicured. It's basically just following the rim, going up it a little bit, but I have to assume we're not going up the rim for a while since I'm running into water all day. But if there's water, that means there's snow up there somewhere. Hopefully not. It's pretty comfortable out. I'm still wearing mittens because my fingers are tingly when it's this cold, but the rest of me is quite comfortable. Let's see how you feel today. Sometimes the sun just isn't hot. It just doesn't do its job. Little puffy clouds, that almost counts as weather in Arizona. If they start moving, it's weather. Right now they're just chilling. You can just see where people slopped through in the mud. It's just beaten into there. This trail turns to clay or something. I mean, it's a thick mud. But it turns to it with the slightest bit of moisture, but at least it doesn't seem to last too long. Perfect timing to get off the trail. Had to slop through it a bit, but that was only one good day of it. Had I decided to continue, this would have been my fate. My shoes smelled like death when I got them back. Ooh, I did take the time to wash them. Look how clean they are. My girlfriend has a buttload of insoles that she has tried and didn't like. And so I took a pair of those, gently used, of course. And these shoes feel so much more comfortable. I think I can ride these ones to the end of Arizona. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I don't quite know what I'm getting into. You can just see where, like, this poor guy slid. He went to step and said, "Whoa." Just, I mean, it's not steep, but if it's made out of mud, it sure is. All the poor people that came and beat this down for me. Really appreciate you. Slipping and sliding all over the place. It was frustrating, it really was. I'm not sure if this is one of the many water sources listed on the trail. Oh yeah, I do remember reading something about lifting a lid. Obviously there's water in here somewhere. Okay. Didn't want to get my shoes all wet and muddy first day. Why did they stop? Everybody's going up and around it because it's just high enough to be annoying. Or you can see the wear marks from the butt sliding across there. But you almost got through. Why'd you give up? I'm assuming elk. Trophy hunters got him, took his head, took his antlers from him. Long time ago. Highline Trail 31. There's another trail leading down. Okay, so we got that one down here. We got some Turkey Springs and East Weber. They have distances, I appreciate that. I'm assuming that's 2 and 3 miles. If I had to guess, I'm going this way because I've been following those blazes for a moment. And I believe I just followed the Highline Trail for a while. Never actually seen them put up metal posts to stop you from, I think it's cutting switchbacks, or I don't even know. Oh, they blaze this tiny little tree. I think that's the sound of flowing water. Sounds like a decent amount. threw me off. I was like, maybe it's the wind, but I see nothing moving. The air's not stagnant, but it's barely moving, which is kind of nice. Yeah, it's a big old water source. You can just tell by looking at the ground that there was snow here recently. Everything's still soft. It's really close, but I can't see it. I have to assume it's in a ditch right over there. It doesn't show up as a water access on my map. So I don't know if I crossed it or not. I think I would eventually. There sure are a lot of down trees on the trail today. These are, if you just count this as one, the fifth obstacle. The trail isn't very well trodden either. It is covered in pine needles as though it's not regularly used. Although on the map it says I am on trail. At least last time I checked. Oh, I can see it. Looks like nice spots to sit down here and make some second coffee. Still only going to walk out with a liter on me because the next water's in 3 miles or so. So, might as well go light while I can. Enjoy it. Since the trailhead's only 100 yards off, might as well go check it out. Doubt they have poopers or anything. I wouldn't mind a nice designated spot to poo. But nah, it's just a trailhead. It's just a flat spot you can park in. Alright, trailhead's just a flat spot. Just a little signage. I've definitely been here. I had to have hiked this last year. Here we are at the Tonto National Forest Geronimo Trailhead. We are here and headed this way. I remember the bottom of the rim was wet last time, not this wet, but the top was dry. Ran out of water up there and all that. Let's see who has been here recently. Well, Ratio, I know his name, 322. I think it's the 26th to the 27th. It's the only person I recognize on there. Now, if I turn to the proper page, there's some names I recognize. Putt-Putt, she was traveling with the Florida boys. She's from Florida too, so it makes her kind of weird. I couldn't remember her name. I was calling her something else, like Pogo, I think it was. But yeah, I'm bad with names. Alright, we're gonna hang at the trailhead, make some second coffee, grab a liter to go, and head on out. Not the best, not the worst coffee spot. A lot of flies around. Other than that, it was pretty nice. Very quiet, birds singing, water flowing. Probably gonna lounge next to water half the day today. Enjoy it while it lasts. Really appreciate the trail maintenance on this one. It would have been a bear to get through. Would have had to walk down a little ways to get around this beast. Enhance. Sometimes water flows here. We have a stone, I'm assuming, reservoir there. Awesome green pool that's trickling. I'd figure these are berry bushes just by the amount of thorns and stuff growing on them, but I see no evidence of berries. Maybe just the wrong time of year, but it is rather springtime. I would think that's when the berries would pop. This is just some beautiful trail to hike. It's so mellow and peaceful right now. I'm really appreciating it. Still got to get back into the swing of things. 5 days off is a long time. You know I love those pillars. Just little views between the trees. I'll be up on top of that, but I think this is about as close as I get to it. At least this section. It is so pink out here. We call it red, but obviously it's pink. Pinky orange. Some very sparkly rocks. Just hours of them. Sun is definitely doing its job today. I am nice and warm. Not hot, but I did not expect to be. I didn't even expect to be warm. I was coming up here thinking cold. I brought all sorts of extra clothes. Nothing fits in my backpack anymore, but I don't want to be cold. Yeah, garden house all the way up. Appreciate it. And the water's flowing over in the creek as well. But this seems pretty convenient. Who carries these things out here? There's no roads that I'm aware of anywhere around here. And somebody's like, hey, we need a fire. Well, let me go cut my barrel in half. You know, couldn't you just build a fire? You just stack some rocks. There are several of them around. So I find it odd. Come about 482 miles, not bad. Untreated spring water, opposed to that treated spring water. I do remember this area that they piped it all. There's a resort or something down the way. I remember a lot of pipes taking the water. And I think this was here, but it was but a trickle. It is a really nice spot. I might as well have lunch here. Today we're going to have some tuna and sunflower oil. It's preferable to have oil just for the calories. Of course, you're going to put it on a tortilla. My vegan girlfriend made me beef jerky, homemade beef jerky. She's not really that good at it, but it was made with love, and that's what really counts, and I have a lot of it. But it's not half bad. It's just, kind of odd. And then I'm going to put some goldfish in there just for some texture and cheesy flavor. As far as the woods go, that's pretty good eating. I'm really slacking. I've probably already taken an hour and a half worth of breaks today. Only gone a handful of miles. Don't know how many, but probably under 10. I'm not in a real hurry to get anywhere. I'm more in a hurry to get nowhere. I'm unfocused. Got a lot of crap going on in my mind from the other world. I just need to settle, get tranquil and whatnot, but I'm not there right now. This helps. That one looks like a bunny to me. It has Bunny Rock. Not much, but what of it there is clean and flowing. I don't know which way I'm going. I see cairns over here. Is it me or is that gray? As usual, being the unprepared hiker, I have not checked the weather forecast. But I really doubt anything will happen. Hope it doesn't. Right now the trail's all rocky, but where it's not, it turns to slop quick. This area is pretty dead. It got hit hard by the fire. Not everything. It was evidently a while ago because some of this wood is really weathered. I like the burnt wood after the char is taken off. You can see the layers of it. Burning it and then removing the char does something for it. Look at that waterfall. That's considered a waterfall here. It's fallen. Ooh, look how frothy this mud would have been. You can see how deep their footprints went. You know, they all groaned when they saw this, like, oh, no. It's a mud funnel. Poor hikers. This just had to suck. It's rather pleasant today. It's a nice manzanita forest. The sun is hiding behind a big puffy cloud. And no hike is complete without the markings of Hatchet Man. Seen a few of them before, most of them healed over. Of course it's dead because most victims do not survive the Hatchet Man. The landscape just changes so quickly around here. You know, you're on mostly solid rocks. Scrub everywhere, manzanita, the tallest tree. And you come around the corner, there's a little forest. Complete with dirt, pit trail and everything, huh? Even a different color dirt. Seeing a few sprinkles here and there. Looks all dark and angry, huh? But not really, it's all blue over here. I can't tell which way it's moving, because it's moving real slow. There's not any wind where I'm at. Just assuming that after one of the fires was a big landslide down this ravine, just the way all the wood stacked up against things, super high as well. It sprinkled just enough to give it wet desert smell. I really appreciate that cloud. You can still see it raining a little bit, or sprinkling. Wow. I'm at Chase Creek, and I only know that because I have a sign here that tells me so. Doesn't really seem like the kind of thing you can fish. At least not right now, maybe other times of the year, but what are you really going to catch in this? Bait. I'm going to check the map, see where the next water is, because this is really nice looking water. I might want to take it with me. Got ourselves another trailhead coming up in 2.5. Again, don't know what kind of trailhead. There's many kinds. The last one was just where a road stopped. It wasn't even really a parking lot. Oh, I see a woodpecker up there pecking. Yeah, going to down. This water isn't even on the map. So much water here, then we even have to list it all. I'm still shooting for one for another maybe 2 miles away, and then I might walk out of there with some. I might camp there. I don't know. Figure it out when I get there. Now look at this beautiful mosaic work. Locked gate ahead, no turnaround. I appreciate those kind of signs, so I don't walk all the way down there and find out that I'm going the wrong way. I have to cross this mighty river with a waterfall. Ain't no fishing in here, man. Yeah, there's no fishing sign. Fish to your heart content. I think I might just take a little break on that rock right there. It looks like it was made for sitting. And the trail's right there. Trailhead's in another mile or so, I guess. I doubt there's anything special there. So I'm chilling here. Well, hell, I lost one of my water bottles. It was in this side pouch, but it is gone now. I don't know how I didn't hear it fall out. But I didn't, so now I'm down to 2. I still have a bladder that can hold 3 if I really need to, but luckily there's a lot of water in the area. Maybe I'll be able to pick one up, or it'll travel back to me. I doubt that, though. This isn't a very busy trail. more of a trailhead than the last one. This one at least is a parking area. I always like that they have boulders. Well, not always, but they generally have big boulders to stop people from driving places they shouldn't, and also excellent places for second coffee. What did you sit on? Like that rock right there in the sun? I'm not traveling much further. Trying to stir just to make sure. Are we allowed to have fires? Not that I want to build one. Too much responsibility. These flat rocks all over the place. This beautiful twisty tree. Let's see. I am somewhere right in here. You still got a ways to go, man. Shiny new informational kiosks. Yeah, there's not a shotgun blast on them. You are here, and I assume we're headed this way. Looks pretty easy, huh? Just follow the orange line. It's bear country. Don't feed the bears. Still haven't seen the bear eyes at night. Oh, I see hikers. I'm not even going to bother taking my pack off and filtering. I'm just going to fill up my bag here, since I have a bit of flowing water. And I'm just going to carry it up the trail, find myself a flat spot and throw it down. Easy peasy. Okay, so I was informed by those hikers, they're staying right here, that I can camp near them. They said there was no good campsites up the way that they saw that came from that direction. So I'll just post up over here somewhere and be out of the way. Here's mi casa for the night. Already jam-packed with goodness. Got my own little coffee table. Water filtration tree. Thanks, tree. And it'll be real easy to sneak out there all the way over there. And there's water going. Nobody's gonna hear me.